Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Hey everybody, it's me, True Powers Mind, and this is TPIM SR Live, y'all. Hold on, let me get something appropriate up. Today, wow, what a beautiful day. War of Attrition, Culture of Death, Part 2. Part 2, y'all. Peace and power to you, and good morning. Today's date, October 23rd, 2019, the year of our Lord. I want to talk to you about the war that we've all find ourselves in. The war of attrition. The war that you can't escape, whether you want to or not. Computer, what is attrition? What is warfare attrition?
Attrition warfare is a military strategy consisting of belligerent attempts to win a war by wearing down the enemy to the point of collapse through continuous losses in personnel and materiel. The war will usually be won by the side with greater such resources.
Thank you, computer. So every time you see Trayvon Martin, you see Mike Brown, you see nine members in churches being annihilated. You see people being redlined. All this is in combination. Brother David, peace and power. All of this is in concert with one another. The culture of death is all about you dying. The culture of death isn't about the participant of the culture dying. It is about you, brother and sisters, you who have been deemed unworthy of life by these evil men and women. The culture of death is the yoke in which we are all under. Brother David, I challenge you, ask me or tell me rather, one thing that you can do in your life today, brother, that isn't regulated by the government. Just one thing. The mattress you woke up on has a tag that goes back to the government. The clothes you put on your back has tags that goes back to the government. Regulations. The electricity you're using is being regulated by the government. This very system I'm talking on, jerking off. Brother David, this more. That's not regular. Well, hold up. All tongue and cheeks aside, if you don't jerk off, it's regulated by the government. Soon to be prostitution as well. Hold on, Sister Barbara. Farting is going to be regulated as well. We're talking about carbon taxes, the CO2 emissions, and also we're talking about legalized unions, such as marriages, whether you're gay or straight. That's sanctioned by the government. They're telling you you can have sex with this individual instead of jerking off. And once that chip gets inside you, brother, we can tell when you're doing the dirty, and you'll get swatted in mid-stroke. So keep on thinking this is a game, y'all. Wild 90th, welcome to the show. Kimberly, welcome to the show. Peace and power. We have to laugh and we have to joke. But unfortunately, these truly aren't laughing and joking issues. The babies, the human beings that are going to end up in petri dishes by the end of business hour today, that's not funny. The brothers and women who are going to be marked for assassination so that their organs can be stolen today, that shit's not funny. The men and women who were born, unfortunately for them, in the wrong country or the wrong corporation, that will die due to warfare today, it's not funny. I had an opportunity to talk to a gentleman last night. I tell you what, after Mark from Anaheim show, I have been getting calls and messages from all over the world. But this man is an officer in a foreign army. And one thing I took away from his conversation was when he said, as an officer, you have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, did you do the best you could today? Did you ensure the soldiers underneath your command will make it home? And the objective was met. Warfare, in so many ways, is not personal. It's just business, because it is business entities fostering and promoting an environment in which a military strike is warranted. Brother Anthony, Toy, and Brother Toy, welcome to the show. Peace and power. I sincerely believe there's a better way. Sister Barbara, Brother David, there's a better way. I sincerely believe this. But I had another conversation with an elder yesterday. And he pointed out a person could come at you and be sincere with the wrong information or the right information. But see, the checkmate and the information that I'm trying to share with you is that you can literally check it. The checkmate with the philosophy and what I'm trying to do here, the win is you become your own leader. You become a part of liberation. You become a part of the free. But none of this can come to pass until we work together. Now, speaking of working together, before I get into the main show, I got a lot of great stuff coming up for you guys in November. All right. Sister Raynetta should be coming back. Sister D, peace and power. Hopefully. And I need your energy. I need your strength. We'll get John Lear and Jordan Maxwell at the same time on the show, a first of that combo series. And then Paul Hellner, the previous Canadian Minister of Defense, should be coming on the show in November. And that's just 3 right there. And there's more coming. Guys and gals, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this video. I know you guys have been chatting up a piece or two. I can tell by the numbers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. When you guys share that post on your little Twitter, you share this video on your Facebook or your YouTube or whatever it means you're doing it. I, as a person who's here in the studio on this microphone, recognize what you do. You see, when you post one of these videos, these TPIM SR live videos, you're throwing a flag up. You quite literally are. This show is transparent as a piece of saran wrap. You can see right through it. You can see what we're really trying to do here. And that is a threat to whom? Well, to people who make their money selling hate. Easy D, peace and power. Welcome to the family and the show. Mark is bad for business. He is. And a lot of people, I mean, the first, 10 shows he's been on, there was a lot of activity, no doubt about it. But this last show, I'm sorry, y'all. I just got to break over here to this left stable for a second and tell it like it is. I am not Mark's secretary. I can't like set up shit for whatever you're doing with him. I can't take the videos you want me to watch and somehow put it in a book report form and send to him. I don't do that. That's not our type of relationship, yeah. Now, I always encourage you sending in messages. I always encourage you sending in tips. JB Edwards. Snowden was the Joe Rogan podcast. Snowden was on the Joe Rogan. Well, that's cool, JB. That is really cool. And welcome to the show. Peace and power. But brothers and sisters, Mark is an individual. He is an accomplished person. That means he's done a lot with his life. But once again, he sat up here on this microphone via phone and told you everything he tells you is quite literally on the internet. All you got to do is ask the questions, man. If you want to understand why Facebook has become Facebook, for instance, just Google who owns the most of Facebook stock. Who has invested in Facebook? And you'll see a couple of businesses that we talked about on this show, BlackRock and Vanguard. It's like the John Birch Society, BlackRock, Vanguard, and then a couple old, traditional players are running the fucking show. Mortifer. And let me pull up. I need a visual aid. Let's pull this up and let's get into the show, y'all. It's time. It's time. Yes, I still got a few emails, no doubt. But I need to go through those. Who's the CEO of Vanguard? Mortifer Buckley. I can't make this up, man. If you guys saw that movie by Aaron Russo, Trading Spaces, Mortifer and his brother crushed the man for $1. Brother Shannon, peace and power. Welcome to the show. Yes, he did. He went to beast mode. He most certainly did. And it was heard. I mean, that video already has like 8,000 views since Friday. Now, granted, once again, you're like, oh, that ain't shit. This guy okay, listen to y'all. For one, this show is grassroots. We have no marketing budget. We have no marketing basically section that all they do is handle internet marketing. No. This show is because of you guys and gals. And maybe even a hermaphrodite or two. I don't know. I am too busy to promote the show the way I should. I should be spamming every little chat, whatever. But I just literally can't, yeah. I got a family. I got a wife. I got a business. I got people I talk to for the show. I got people I talk to for the business. There's just too much. 1,440 minutes is all I got to work with. Every 24-hour cycle, and I do the best I can. And each and every one of you are boosting me. And I thank you for that. Not just your spiritual boosting, but I'm talking about your physical ones too. I want to make a note here. I want to sincerely thank Brother Mark for coming on the show. Even though I'm not the best interviewer, even though my platform is not the biggest, best, it's not even in the top 10%. That brother cared enough to not just come on once, not just come on twice. At this point, it's more than every finger on your little pretty hands or masculine hands, whichever applies. And he does it for how many dollars has he received from the show? Oh, that's right, 0. How many books and lecture presentations has he sold? Oh, that's right, 0. 0. And it's so upsetting when people are like, well, can't he do more? Can't he do more? What the fuck? How much more do you want him to do? You quite literally, trust me, I could put up the fuck, I'm not, but I could pull up the fucking video, or not videos, but all the fucking messages and shit. Fuck all that. Saying he's wrong here, he's wrong there. And they just say he's wrong, but they never illustrate how he's wrong. That's like me saying on Brother Shannon's comment, oh, Brother Shannon's wrong. And if he watched this video, he'll tell me why Brother Shannon's wrong. Did he not go in beast mode or not? That's what I'm saying, man. Listen, y'all. A lot of people got to realize, man, this ideologue shit doesn't work for the long haul. Even ideologues don't like their ideology. That's why you find preachers lying, doing crack. That's why you find cops doing stupid shit. Teachers doing stupid shit. We have to come to a point where we're real, man, and we're free. I think if you subscribe to some sort of notion of behavior and you yourself don't participate in that behavior, but you're the leader of the pack, let's just say something, man. It's funny how we all know that spirits exist. We all know that spirits are real. But yet, spiritual institutions are filled with corruption and debauchery. It really saddens me, man, that we're going to let, or basically allow, goons, straight up fucking goons. If you don't submit to what we're fucking preaching, we're putting your ass to death. Man, fuck you, bud. Anyhow, I need a lifeline call to. We're just gonna go in a different direction right here, right now, yeah. Hold on. Good. I am doing great, Doctor. I'm actually on the live show. Just wondering if you had a few minutes to talk about Elijah Cummings.
Yeah, well, that and maybe something else to keep going.
Okay. Well, the day that it happened, the day that Elijah died, I was literally doing a live show. You know, I called you and you was actually in a hearing. He was in a hearing. So we didn't get your take on this show yet about the Elijah Cummings situation, but I do want to go on the record and say that the show that you and Judge Joe did the next day on Denise Jones' show was out the park. Was out the park.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, it's real simple. We need to be more concerned about what's happening now that Elijah's gone than when he was here screwing up. You know, something about when a dog leaves some doo-doo. Of course, the doo-doo's there, but then there's maggots and salmonella and all that stuff that's after the doo-doo has been left, right?
Right.
And in the case of Cummings, he's the gift that keeps giving. He's left his wife, 20 years his junior, as his heir apparent, and she's a crook on steroids. And there was about maybe about 9 years ago, there was a book called Superhead.
Superhead.
Yes, this is a woman who was allegedly so great at giving blowjobs. Maybe she had like bionic jaws.
Oh my God, that's his wife?
No, that's not his wife.
Okay.
But maybe his wife is equally gifted because she's just gone from strength to strength in the last 20 years. She arrives in Washington at 28 years old, and just everything goes her way.
Wow.
Everything. I'm a person. Look, I told you I live in D.C. Okay, I have worked as a volunteer and been in congressional offices and other stuff. I've been around people my whole life. When you get into D.C., there are all kinds of ways to get into the federal government or to get into Congress through relationships and so forth. But there's some things that are fairly consistent. Like, if you get a job in an office with a congressman, you try to stay a year.
Why just a year?
Ideally, because at least a year shows that you're consistent and you're not so ambitious and that you can do one of those kinds of jobs. Because in reality, when you work on the Hill, what you really do is you are like a valet. You're like a servant to the member of Congress. This is why there's so much abuse and foolishness. You can hear about this congresswoman that's not admitting that she and her husband was screwing this other woman, and she was on staff. I mean, these people take this, whatever kind of workplace discrimination, Me Too, whatever, it's far worse in Congress than any place that you could ever imagine. That you could ever imagine. Are you understanding me?
Yes, I feel the debauchery. Favors are being traded for sex all over.
Right. That's how it is. So when you get a job on the Hill, my brother, you tend to hold it for at least a year. I think this is a queen arriving. I need to open the door, so pardon us. You might hear some banter, but let me just get this so she'll know I'm here.
Okay.
And so what happens with Rocky Moore? Her name is Rocky. Should be Rocky Moore. And her first name is Maya. And I call her Maya. You get a position, and normally you hold it for a year. It's sort of like a union card that if you were able to deal with being on the Hill and dealing with all the personalities that are working, and then it's okay because a lot of Congress people are idiots. They're nasty. They get on your nerves. But if you can hang for a year, that's sort of like a sign of your ability to function, even if you're not professional. Well, she comes in September, of 1999, and she has a job showing up. I'm going to just tell you something. It happens, but normally it's because someone knows you or someone met you. Or so you get a job like immediately. That's not how it works for everybody. Okay, those are people from all over the country want those positions, and you have to be in the right place with the right crowd. But she shows up, and she gets a job with one of the biggest, I'm going to talk about it, whoring ass, high yellow Negroes with mo hair. Never do nothing, trifling Negro that I dogged. Oh, God, help me remember his name. He's from North Carolina. And Mel Watt.
Mel Watt?
He never did. Yeah, Mel Watt. I think that's his name. I'll pull it up on my phone. I mean, I know my coons. Melvin Watt. He was a do-nothing, selfish, narcissistic playboy, Johnny Appleseed sperm dropper wannabe congressman. A lot of folks go to Washington to screw women. Seems like you could be a hole in the city that you're already in.
Yes.
Why do you need to be in government and take up that important position where people can help black folks? But that's how boule coons are. They want stuff to not help us while getting the cred like they're helping us. That's I'm just telling you how it is and telling you how the coons. So Mel Watt has her, and she works for him maybe about 4 months.
4 months?
Reba Hawkins just walked in. Come on, Reba. You from D.C. You know you don't work for like just 4 months for a member of Congress to give you a job. 4 months. But, okay. All right, 4 months. Then she's on a congressional committee. That's even harder to get, which means someone pulled some strings.
Yes.
Somebody that was qualified didn't get the job because someone, I don't know. I perceive maybe they did learn something from Superhead, or they do yoga, or they've got kung fu grip in their labia majora. I don't know. you know the kind that bites back. You remember the gum that used to squirt back?
Yeah, it was juicy fruit. Juicy fruit.
Not juicy fruit. I forget the name. She's okay. She has stuff in the middle of her. Remember, you bite the gum and it squirts back. Yeah, that's her. So she gets this job, and she's there maybe 6 months, maybe 9, no more. And she gets another job. And I'm trying to think, do you know how hard it is to get an internship on Capitol Hill?
Oh, yeah.
It's not easy. I've done them. It's not easy. It takes you about 4 or 5 days to get your ID. And you go through, I mean, she's just zooming. She's popping, and probably popping at night. All right? So she's on this committee, and then, right, by the next year, she's on the staff of Charles Rangel. And then within 18 months, she goes from being a staffer to being chief of staff for the 5th or 4th most powerful man in Congress.
Wow. She's such a dedicated.
No, she's dedicated jaws. Look, Charles Rangel on the Ways and Means Committee is one of the most powerful men in the country. Remember him? The Puerto Rican that made black folks think he was black and didn't do shit for him. We love this stuff. I mean, this is why I'm so disrespectful to Coon. Nobody else respects you. Why should I? It's a hateful. Which affirmative action? I just want to do what white folks do: disrespect you, use you like the toilet. So here we have this code. So you would Charles Rangel, one of the most powerful men in Congress, and let me share something with you so you'll understand something. When I was at Howard in 2003, Charles Rangel, there's a guy named Emil, I don't remember Emil's last name, but I can pull it up. Emil had worked for Charles Rangel maybe 30 years, and that man was never chief of staff. Are you understanding me? And he's good, knew how to get stuff. How does someone like Emil work for the congressman 30 years or 25, 30 years, and he's always in the same position? She shows up, and within 18 months, she's Emil's boss?
Well, maybe he needs to go to her position.
Oh, what do you mean, prone?
I mean, on her knees or his knees. He needs to change tack.
But no, Charles Rangel. I mean, a straight shooter. You know, not everybody's buying hype. I mean, and I had to tell a gay dude one day, we were debating about sex, and saying to him, look, if it were cards, let me just tell you my position. I said, pussy is a big joker. It's a little joker. It's a two of spades. It's an ace. It's a king. It's a queen. It's a jack. It's the damn two of clubs. Okay, so what are we talking about? It's a whole damn flush and all the other cards. It's the damn box with the wrapping you threw away. It's the receipt. It's the credit card that you use the cash. That's what pussy is. Okay. So there are people who are still there. There are a whole lot of brothers. I mean, they ain't call them Cooch. I mean, they're not gonna leave. I mean, Cooch Brown is the biggest dictator in town. So she's there, and she's the chief of staff within 18 months, and you quit? Okay, and you get another job. And then you keep getting promotions or homotions. I don't know.
Homotions.
Then you go to the Urban League, and you work with another sleazy, slutty, gay is the new black. What's his name? You know, Mark Mariel, who's a hoe, and he has a complexion that's like a lizard skin handbag. I tell you, his skin is so bad. No, I'm telling you, I used to see the Negro in television. I knew the makeup artist from PBS. Mark Mariel's complexion is so bad. I hope it's not from anything he's got. It would take about an hour to get his makeup because he had, you know, you look at a map and it has different colors to represent stuff. That's the kind of complexion this dude had. You know, black folks don't have skin bad like that typically, but he did. Smooth one place. You know how Martin Luther King said, God's gonna make the crooked ways straight. Well, not with Mark Mariel's face. So I guess if you have a complexion like that, you do have to use your power and influence to get women to look at you. In fact, so she's at the Urban League, and I think she's there for maybe 18 months or less. And then she gets promoted there. Maybe she's at 2 years. Maybe she's at 3. And then she goes into independent contracting. So her bio stuff says, but what we've come across is that she's living in Elijah Cummings' properties and doing stuff with him as early as 2003, 2004, which falls within the line of time. Remember, she comes in September 1999. By 2000, she's on the congressional committee. By 2001, she's working with Rangel, and by about 2002, she's with Mark Mariel's Urban League, and by 2004, she's working or doing stuff on her own, consulting, making money, but she has something going on in terms of property with Elijah Cummings.
Mm.
She marries Elijah Cummings in 2008. One of the first things she tries to do is become governor of Maryland.
Oh my God.
You don't even live here. Well, but I'll tell you something. The same way a dude can be cocky, they think they're so smart or they're so hard. Well, a superhead went from being broke to hanging out with the stars and traveling the world, and she knew all the people. In fact, folks, they didn't have a concert. An artist didn't have the courage to go on stage. They'd have a superhead flown across the country to encourage him. When people are using sex magic like this, it makes people cocky and vain. And I think that's the first time she ever heard the word no in the D.C. area. Because this is a whorish, Luciferian, a wicked, your face of mine, your place of mine, your anus of mine place.
I got for the TV viewers, the host, Jesse Lee Peterson, host claims God killed Elijah Cummings.
Well, God kills everybody. I disagree with that. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away, and I'm glad he took that one. Hallelujah. I feel like speaking tongues running the aisle.
Please stop that. I mean,
I said, so Lord, can you take John Lewis? and if you don't take vaccine, could you at least send us somewhere to get some prosthetic surgery? All them wrinkles, oh my God. It looks like a mountain range when you fly in the plane, see all the wrinkles. And there are little moles on it look like trees. Anyway. And she does look like, she does have a reptilian type thing. If she took that wig off, a whole lot of people would be grabbing their insect collections.
Wow. We need this comedy. We need to laugh, y'all, because if we don't, if we look at the reality, I think we would cry.
Now let's stay with Rocky Moore. As she marries Cummings and she tries to become governor of Maryland. And at that point, someone says, the head ain't that good. Plus she married Elijah. And basically, he's sort of like, you touch a baby bird, then mama and papa bird will kick it out the nest and don't want it anymore. So that was sort of it was good until he dipped in there. Then other people like, we're not so enthused anymore. Shit to God with them. Come on, you know how people pass folk around? It's like once Kanye got Kim Kardashian, nobody else is trying to get with her. It's like, it was good in the day, right? And let's be
Clean
honest.
Up, man.
Let's be honest, carnal people. Your stuff wears out.
Yes.
Pussy's like a tire, and you can't be treaded. So if you're with everybody, you messing with everybody, it kind of loses its luster, start sagging. It's not like you can get Botox and collagen injections to tighten the thing up. It wasn't meant to be, trampoline for the NFL and for the National Hockey League and for the NBA and all the water boys. Best shared with a truly intimate person. And as I always say, in fact, I said that on the show. I bet you she's got real strong muscles in her hands from crushing Viagra's for Elijah Cummings. Because he was diabetic, so I wonder how much they be getting it on. Anyway, and the word on the street here, I don't agree. I don't know. That Elijah Cummings was like Tarzan.
Was like Tarzan?
Yes.
In what way?
He swings both ways.
Oh. Wow. I mean,
no one always cheat on his back.
But don't we find that when we start looking into sorority and fraternity activities and members, like, in other words, while you're getting swatted on the ass, after they spank it, sometimes they go up in you and now you're a part of the club?
Yes, I believe so. You haven't heard for Omega Psi Phi, there's a part where you're crossing over, and if you get a deviant chapter, part of the questions when they're about to let you come in is, can you suck a dick? Why would you do that after you beat and focused on all this stuff to be around you? Now you talk about getting all copulation from another man. Even if that was a joke, it's an awful. So that I gotta do that too. And you beat me, you took my money, and you do all this dumb stuff. Now I've got that. It seems like they should have been able to do the blowjob and walk into the fraternity. All that beating and stuff. I mean, I could have just done a blowjob if you should have told me.
I think it's to wear down those who may have some sort of physical concerns. Like, think about it, after you've been through all this hell week or whatever, you're physically exhausted. You probably couldn't put up a fight, and that's when old boy goes in for the kill.
By the way, I heard that a lot of folks are honest. That's the point where people fight and get mad. I did all this, and I got to do that too, and folks get mad. But if you have a whole bunch of tough folks, let me tell you, let me go in on them for a second. I'm going to just tell you, back when Reba was just going off to Morgan, I'm glad she went to Morgan because she has a lot of friends in the Greek letter organizations. Do you know when I was at Howard, there was a conspiracy of silence that there was a place in Howard University Hospital where the people from the Greek letter societies that had HIV/AIDS were dying.
Whoa.
There was a situation where these guys were pimping the young women, and they were bisexual. So the women were getting AIDS from the guys or whatever, and they were giving it to each other. So these dudes had boyfriends and girlfriends, and people getting infected and playing out all this macho foolishness. To me, God made you man. Nobody can take that away.
Right.
You don't need to hump on 100 women and grab you screw them in public and do all this dumb animal stuff that a lot of sorry, weak-ass, pathetic, ignorant, dumb, misguided black men and black women who insist on saying that or they can't relate to you. That's not what makes you a man. God makes you a man. Sex partners don't make you a man. Your ability in sports doesn't make you a man. God made you a man. Your DNA, your chromosomes make you a man.
That X and Y.
And the character of a man. Now, that doesn't come from DNA. That comes from environmental training, the individual, okay? But anyway, so yeah, can you suck a dick? Yes. Yes, there are certain chapters, and they'll take over, and they demand that they get to screw the whole line before they can get in. And it's like Hollywood and the music business. Yes, you can rap. True power is mine, but how do we distinguish you from all the other demos that we get? We're going to need to remember you. True power is mine. How are you going to impress our executives to what you're recording? Because we have so many really good ones.
Well, I hate for these pictures my hackers provided for me.
We want to know who to get behind in a real way. And we need to know your dedication, your sincerity, that you're going to go when we sign you, that you're not going to let us down, that you're going to please us with the production, right? This is all like, and it sounds like stuff about music. It's not. And all the folks run after this, all you coons buying that music, that's what Southern Person is like.
Are you going to please us?
But you know what? If you want me to get you this contract, You don't have to please me. I'm not greedy, man. But Mr. Epstein, he's 80 years old. He's got a hairy belly, but he used to be a play in the day. Do something for him. Make him put a smile on his face. And we good. Can you do that?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
And you know what? They do it every day. They do it every day. They do it. And they do it. And you know what? They do it on Capitol Hill. They do. That's how it all is. Well, let me share something with you. I was reading, and my prayers were answered. Says, who else? How I know that Elijah Cummings has a lot of dirt on him, and Nancy Pelosi's book is the minute he died, I said, who will be the loudmouth black person that Nancy Pelosi has dirt on that will start attacking Trump to replace Cummings? Did you see that clip of Al Green denouncing Trump over using lynching as a word?
No, hold on. I'll pull it up. So everybody can see this.
And you know, Al Green looks like, you remember Peanuts? Remember Lucy, the one that pulls the football and makes Charlie Brown fall down?
Right.
If you look at Al Green, if you were to cut his hair off, because I can't remember the name of the token black character from Schultz's Peanuts series, but they all have the same face. Al Green would be Lucy's half-black brother. He has the same face. If you look at him, he has like a serious. You take the hair off, not everybody has hair cover because he would look completely punk with the long hair. I'm serious. He would look like the woman that wears the hair nets that doesn't give you enough green beans when you're in elementary school cafeteria.
Right.
Look at him.
I got him. Got him.
And still I rise, Mr. Speaker.
Sweeter than the South
And I
Carolina.
rise today with a heavy heart and tears welling in my eyes. I rise.
I got a ow.
I rise because how dare the president compare lynching to impeachment? How dare he do this? Does he not know the history of lynching in this country? Does he not know that thousands of African Americans were lynched, mob violence? Does he not know that this is the equivalent of murder? How dare the president compare Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution, a lawful constitutional process, to mob violence and lynching? Mr. President, do you not understand the history that you are encroaching upon? If you continue to weaponize racism and bigotry, this makes you no better than those who were screaming blood and soil. Jews will not replace us. It makes you no better than them. It makes you no better than those who burn crosses. It makes you no better than those who wear hoods and white robes. Do you not understand what you're doing to this country?
All right, there'll be enough. All right.
Okay. Now, hold on. Why was he silent about Amber Geiger shooting Bachman John? Why is he silent about Joshua Brown? Why is he silent about the woman shot dead in her house? He's in Texas. How come this coon's always pushing up on the president, but he can't go after a rogue, racist cop or two? How come when the cop put his shoe in the back of the girl in McKinney, Texas, like they did to my cousin Gray, Freddie Gray here in Baltimore, how come he didn't say anything about it? This jive-ass nigga you just played. I mean, you're going to go after the president, but where your constituents are in your state, him, Sheila Jackson Lee, Eddie Reagan, the do-nothing congresswoman who looks like a salamander with the wig on, They have an airport named for her, probably hoping she flies back to Africa. Okay, look, how come things that happen that you could really solve, they don't do, but they go after the president? See, if they went after the cops and went after the president, I'd say, oh, that's a gutsy person. But when they only go after the president, I know that Nancy Pelosi, in the case of Al Green, who raped one of his staffers named Lucinda Daniel after forcing her to snort cocaine, right? Says he rapes her and says she has to be his girlfriend. She refuses. He makes certain she can't get a job anywhere in D.C. Now, mind you, you only need one person to speak ill of you on the congressional level to get blackballed. Compare that to Rocky Moore just getting one job after the other. This woman got raped. She didn't want to give it out, and so you can't have a job. You think that that's yours,
right?
You know, I'm telling you, practice some socialism. I'm claiming this vagina in the name of the state. The people with your vagina has been nationalized. Okay, line up, boys. Right? This is insane. This is what they're doing. There's a woman. She got fired on Capitol Hill. She got raped by someone in the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. Guess who got her fired? Sheila Jackson Lee, the one that looks like Henrietta Hippo with the little ugly weave bun that she's had for the last 20 years. I didn't know acrylic lasted long. I thought moss or somebody would eat it up. You know, when I've had probably things. Anyway. So, are you hearing me? So, Al Green is coming to replacement. By the way, they paid out $875,000 to Lucinda Daniels because, yeah, you can go look at something up. And so it's a filthy Babylonian cabal of Greek letter and Masonic coons who deliver no tangibles to black people. And they're proud of it. Say it loud, I'm a coon and I'm proud. We need to make a song for them. Ooh-wee. Right? You know what, ooh-wee? The whites love me. Say it loud. I'm a coon, I'm proud. Dun, dun, dun. Say it loud. And I'm cool, I'm proud. You know. Right? You know, we hear I'm black and I'm proud. They're hearing a different song. It's like that Isuzu commercial when the man's talking about the car and the kid only hears about the DVD player. Okay. That's how coons manage reality. They do not hear the stuff we do. Back to Rocky Moore. Back to Elijah Cummings or Elijah Cooning. It's interesting that two politicians, one deceased, one living, and both of their names have a syllable that says come. Kamala and Cummings, and they both hoes. Kamala, no, that's what the mother called it, Kamala. It should be Camelot. It's never going to be, Camelot. And Cooning or Cumming. Quite. And then now he's gone. I think about the Supremes. I mean, some commas here, now you're gone. But anyway. That's nasty. Okay, change subject. Now back to Cummings. He was broke. He was broke, at least, until he married Laya, Rocky Moore, in 2008. Dude wasn't even making child support payments. He's in court, wife, you know. And if you go on WikiLeaks, I don't believe Wikipedia, I'm sorry, it says that he divorced his wife in 1982. Maybe he did. But I didn't think he was divorced before he got into Congress. But if he did, that means dude got into Congress, started making good money, and that's when him and his wife broke up. And you have to wonder why, because you haven't heard anything from that first wife. You know, when women are silent like that, that means something.
It means there's a lot of bitter feelings there.
She knows some stuff about him. And I was told someone was saying that they were tired of him because he kept coming down to the nice white part of Baltimore to get his nails done.
Nails done?
Yes.
What are you talking about? Like he got like manicures and shit?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm not saying manicures and anything. I'm just saying he was a frequent person that got his nails done.
Wow.
Okay. The time that I spoke to him, time I spoke to him, he had an Asian assistant. I have the email. I have to send it to you just to let you know I'm not lying. I mean, telling the truth is so empowering. And it makes certain people mad. And since I like irking liars, I like irking coons. It just makes you want to tell more truth because it's driving them nuts. You know, I wish, telling the truth would be like the Austin Power movies. Remember, he was dancing and it's making the Finbot's heads explode. That's what you want to do to coons. Just kill them with the truth. Make them like go nuts. I even like the Gospels when Jesus is arguing with the sellout Pharisees and Sadducees, and it's driving them nuts. It goes, you just made us all look stupid. It does give me great joy to attack stupid sellout coons, punish them, and they're gonna miss people like me because when black folk get militant, you know what I'm saying, brother? When people get mad, coons gonna suffer. I would never do anything that I might watch. Say, yo, get that coon. He's a coon over there. John Lewis, he just went up today. And then act like why ain't sing a joke. Okay. You in the basement. There's a storage room down there. Here's the key. Right? I would help them like this. I'm not responsible for whatever happens, though. Anyway, I can't wait till something ought to happen to that coon. Our people would change overnight. Folk would be rushing to make child support payments. Sisters would be admitting that none of the children are yours, honey. I lied. I was a whole without working. Right? They can't wait. Judgment Day is coming. Coons will be punished. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. God, get them. Oh, God. I'm so tired of this coon era. We've had 50 years of it. It ends this year. The first year of coondom was 69 officially.
What happened?
So we're moving into an era, a post-coon era. We had a 50-year era of coons. And it hit its apex 10 years ago under Barack Obama. And now we're going to go into an era where the coon period begins to decline as certain people, not everyone, a critical mass of blacks are so angry they want to dismantle the coonocracy. Right? Right. The Sodomdarchy. Like oligarchy, Sodomdarchy, rule of the Sodomites. It's about to end. Now, let's go back to comics. He was broke. Then he met Rocky Moore. No, actually, he married Rocky Moore after probably hitting it for like 5-6 years. Okay? That's reasonable. Wow. He probably was hitting it in 99, but married her, and they pass people around. Look, let me give you an example so you can understand how DC gets down. Remember the woman, Karen? I went to Howard with Karen. I kept going to school with these people. Karen was the woman that had the girl named Ashley, who's Jesse Jackson's youngest reported child. Karen's gorgeous, too. I think her name's Dr. Karen Sandford, or Sandiford, something like that. Now, she wanted to have a child, and she was messing with about 4 or 5 men. And whoever seen the made 3 lemons go up across, the slot machine down there, got the jackpot, and that was Jesse. Ding, 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 ding. Right? But she was messing with all these important black men. And whoever got her pregnant would be the father of her child. The one child that I'm aware she had no idea. A lot of these professional black women don't want to marry, but they want to have children because they want to be mommies.
So they have to be a nut bucket.
Now, let's finish. The same way she was banging those people, I suspect Rocky Moore was too. Now, what ended up happening is Elijah married her, probably as a tax shelter, because he was in court being dogged for, I think he owed something close to almost $300,000 in child support. And he says, we're better than that. We're better. You should have been better in paying your child support. You should have been a better father. You shouldn't have had 2 children out of wedlock when you were married that I know of. And I think there's 3 or 4 more. All that loud talking. You can't find anything in Baltimore with his name on it. Now they're going to put the court where they put black folks in jail. And since he supported mass incarceration, it's a fitting honor or infamous gesture for an infamous person. Yes, I said that about him, and now I'm not finished. Now, so he gets with her, and I don't know, she's a, they have a song by the Marvelettes, Baby Must Be a Magician. She sure got the magic touch.
Right.
Yeah, magic suck. But anyway, all of a sudden, he gets with her, and his financial fortunes change. And I guess she knows how to hide money and do whatever it is. And I left something out. Because I know there's going to be some black women, and they hate criticism because he's spoiled. We're not disciplined people. Black men, at least we get criticized, as sorry as many of us are. No, queen, sister, strong black woman, all the garbage we talking. Your woman, if you're so strong, why are your kids in jail and on drugs? If you're so strong, why can't you keep a family together? Why can't you keep a man? In fact, why can't you keep a woman? Black lesbians have a high rate of divorce too. They can't even stay together when it's a woman. When a no good black man, you never need enough, not dead. You can't even stay with your own sister. And you let her do everything. The dude had to shave. I don't want that hair up on my face. Unless you get a woman with the beard. This stuff is hilarious. I mean, but it's a clown of feminists. It's a gutter religion. And feminists are wicked, stupid, confused black women who are all basket cases and are usually unattractive. And don't worry, no man wants you. But, don't tell them. Instead of always walking around with like multiple cans of mace. Shoot. I mean, I thought it was Banaka Blast the way they have it. and you probably need it more for how you get down as a man. Anyway, I just had to say that was my anti-feminist rant. Yes, I despise feminism. It's evil, and I believe in women's rights. I believe in women's empowerment, but I don't want racist white women telling black women how to get along with black men or that they need to kill all their babies.
Right.
Okay. And divorce is the new family. Stupid. Forgive me. Dumbass black women have gone along with this. Y'all stupid. And we need
that
each
movie
other.
Color Purple Syndrome? He's not going to beat me. I'm going to rise above it.
No. She's not going to beat you. And you're going to get with a woman and she's going to beat you twice as often. And the police won't intervene because it's 2 women. Same way when the girls get raped in the public restrooms by girls, it's not seen as a problem. At some point, black women have to look in the mirror and realize half of the problem in black America is looking at them in the mirror, and it's them. The other half is black men. It's 50-50. It takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to do right. It takes 2 to fuck up. Plain and simple. Who tried to kill Martin Luther King first? A white person? No. Black woman.
Try to
Who
stab
set up
you.
Mary Berry? Black woman. We have a lot of traitors. So, having a vagina doesn't make you any hero. It doesn't make you Queen and Zinga or Nanny or Nana from Ghana. A lot of folks are skanks, opportunistic traitors. They're Clarence Thomases with a good hole. Okay, now I had to get that out to say to you that while Rocky Moore is getting all of these jobs in rapid succession, she's working on her PhD at Purdue University. Now, something I do know is that working on a PhD is not necessarily easy, and it's time-consuming, unless you're screwing your professors and got someone else doing the right and all this stuff for you, too. If you're actually doing the work yourself, it takes time, and even if you have someone doing the work, I know what it's like. I was on my way to dinner with Colin Powell and other people, and one of my professors told me, get your A in my office to look at this paper, or you're not passing my class, which means my program would be over. And that means Colin Powell and Kofi Annan and all the other people had to wait.
Wow.
And he did not care. He knew exactly. Talking to anyone that's went through a PhD program, you have someone say something and tell you, you know what, if your mother's funeral's tomorrow, if you don't have that paper on my desk tomorrow, you're out. And you know what? There are people who haven't gone to funerals and other stuff because he said he's the spot. And I'm talking about some racist, nasty black or white professors. So she's at a predominantly white school. Do you think that they let her be in Washington full time and work on a PhD simultaneously without some? That must mean she spent a significant amount of time in Indiana, wherever she was, or in class in D.C. online, while she was getting all these high-profile jobs in Washington simultaneously. For all the black women out there that are liars, who can't admit, the same way we have male coons and traitors, we've had black women that have slept with the enemy, sucked the enemy, worked on behalf of white supremacy and racism, and gotten a pass because we don't hold women accountable because black men are carnal, vagina panhandlers, always begging for sex, don't care about the quality or character of a woman, and that's important. I think women have an infinite importance, power, and worth. And it doesn't just come from what's between their legs, but it's what the Creator put inside of them as a portal for human life. However, every sister ain't a sister. And so I deal with it like it is. There are enemies of our people that are black females, and Maya Rocketmore Cummins is one. I'm saying it like it is. Now, let me move on. So you're working on this PhD full-time, getting all these high-profile jobs, full responsibility. I'm trying to figure out, how can you be chief of staff for the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee? Or at least the ranking Democrat on the Ways and Means Committee. And be working on a dissertation as well as all the other things you have to do in life at the same time successfully? Somebody help me. Having been through half the process, in fact, when they tried to throw me out of Howard, I went to Wrangell and got a letter of support, but she had gone by then. I've worked for the Urban League. If you are in the know, there's a lot of these organizations in NAACP are little sex clubs. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And that's how everything works. Everybody's sleeping and they're involved with each other. I work for the Urban League of Washington, by the way. And they were snooty, bushy, Greek. This is true. And they did something for black folks, more than the NAACP does, but not that much. And the head of the Urban League back when she went, was Martine Cooper. I don't think Martine Cooper ever married, nor always wore her hair short. And you never saw her with brothers. Anyway, I'm not reading anything into that. I'm just saying. I remember speaking to her about working my job and dealing with job discrimination, how I was expected to make coffee and there were white folks lower in rank than me that were not. And you know what she said to me?
What?
Just thank God you have a job.
Damn.
That's the kind of cool. Now, so let me just say this to you. So she wanted to run for governor. The people told her not to. And now she's in charge and has been for several years in charge of the Democratic Party and the state of Maryland. And to show you how effective she is, every time the Republicans run for the gubernatorial position, they win. She's ineffective. However, back to the Cummings and the money, all the corporations that came before the government, the House Committee on Oversight, which was chaired by Elijah Cummings, we're better than this. We're better than this, right? All the corporations that had violated people. And let's just do Maya Cummings for a second. Do you know talcum powder kills, in particular, it's very deadly to black women?
I've heard about that.
Johnson & Johnson makes all the powder that we all grew up with, right?
Right.
That's given to black women. Do you know Johnson & Johnson had to come before Elijah Cummings? And you know what? Suddenly, Johnson & Johnson began giving millions of dollars to the Global Solutions not-for-profit charity started by Maya Rockemore Cummings. Now, you mean he's looking into you killing our sisters? He goes light on them, and they start getting millions of dollars. You know, I've got to do this because this is all happening simultaneously. And I need you to send me the link on this program. And you know I'm just being outrageous because I don't care right now. I have to say this to you so you can hear me. Understand something. There's a thing called the House Judiciary Committee. And Cummings, they were after him for his corruption before he died. Okay? And Nancy Pelosi, who's from Baltimore, and I've done this before for you, and I think you heard that her brother Thomas D'Alessandro Jr., I'm sorry, the third, her father was Jr., just died. He was the mayor that did nothing so the Jewish mafia could bring the heroin into the black community. So the damage and the destruction you see in Baltimore, the seeds were sown by Nancy Pelosi's family, the D'Alessandro family. And her brother died. We're going to the funeral. It's Tuesday and Wednesday next week here in Baltimore. This guy also was against the Black Panthers and the activists. They had cops just really coming down on black people. I keep talking about Nancy Pelosi because Nancy Pelosi, starting in 2006, was the most powerful woman in the country and has been for 13 years, and she's from Baltimore. Understand something. You run the Congress. Yes, you do when you're Speaker of the House.
Yep.
Your hometown is Baltimore, just 30 miles from D.C., and you're friends with Elijah Cummings, and you're friends with Steny Hoyer, the Maryland delegation, Congressman Steny Hoyer, Congressman Ben Cardin, Senator Ben Cardin, Senator Van Hollen, who was the most powerful, third or fourth most powerful person in the House because Nancy Pelosi put her fellow Roman Catholics in charge of all the money for all the congressional races across the country. The Maryland delegation is second in power to California in terms of power among Democrats because of the positions and because of what Nancy Pelosi has done. Surely they could have gotten something out of the Congress for the people of Baltimore. Let me also say they did get something. They got $16 billion and then some to improve Baltimore, and no one knows where the money has gone. And who sits on the oversight committee? Elijah Cummings. Who's the chair? Who has a loud mouth that can argue? If you spend the night in Trump's hotel, Elijah Cummings is on the news, but when $16 billion earmarked for your brothers and sisters disappears, you've got no questions. maybe you weren't powerful enough to take it on, but you could say, the money hasn't been spent properly. You can take the punk way out, but take the punk way out. I've seen people who won't even be punks for our community.
Right.
They're traitors. They support white supremacy. The schools have collapsed. Everything has gone wrong. The state of Maryland owes maybe $1 billion to HBCUs. They're only willing to give $200 million. Elijah Cummings could have worked to get the money. He did not do it, and he sat on the board of regents for the University of Maryland system. Why did he help? I didn't say get a building or two on the HBCU. That's good. We're talking about getting the hundreds of millions or billions per school. It didn't happen, brother. It's not going to happen. These people grin in our faces. I was down. He lives in the Crown. What's his thing? I forget. The Carlton. He lives in the gated community on the harbor with the white people. That house that got robbed, they don't live there. And Elijah Cummings has had properties and stuff with tenants in it and hasn't obtained taxes. The man was crooked. The man was dishonest. And his wife, she's just bad. Now, let me keep going with this. They've collected millions and millions and millions of dollars for her global solutions. There's no record of them even giving $1 to anybody. Not $1. And it was just reported within the last 2 days, Elijah Cummings' political campaign war chest was about just over $1 million. You know who's going to get it. They're going to find someone. Now, let's go back to Nancy Pelosi. Her father was, again, Thomas D'Alessandro Jr., the Jewish and Italian mafia boss, or I should say political boss, for Baltimore. He was mayor from 1947 to about 1950. Let me see, he did 12 years. Let's do 12 to 59, yes. From 47 to 59. He was so corrupt that they couldn't even run him for governor. His own people couldn't run him because he was so dirty. They knew that they couldn't put that on the people. That's Nancy Pelosi's dad, to show you that she's strong here. Right? Then her brother, and I have mentioned before, her brother Roosevelt. In 1954, he and 14 other men gang raped 2 children and got off. So when you see Nancy Pelosi pushing all these bills on sex and so forth, and all the human trafficking that goes on in California across the country, nothing's done about it, you know goodness well, if your brother gang raped 2 girls, that was discussed in the house, and she grew up in a family that enabled violent pedophiles. That's her family.
Wow.
Now, she forced John Conyers, the author of H.R. 40, basically a stopgap, don't say I didn't do shit bill that was going nowhere, over maybe $27,000 in payouts for him sexually harassing some Jewish girl. Look, I worked as a volunteer for John Conyers back in the day. I learned in 1999 that dude used to be in his drawers in his office. I knew that 20 years ago.
What?
Yeah, people knew that. He closed the door, and sometimes he would talk to people in his drawers in his office. Wow. Certain congressmen live in their offices. It's so expensive to live in D.C. To live in their offices. They have their clothes in their closets, and that's what they do.
Wow.
So what happens, this stuff is old. DC's dirty. I tell you, I live here. It's a nasty place, and that's why nothing changes. And they buy out, and they know stuff about people, and they control them. Now, let's go back to Rocky Horror. I hope between the jokes and the sidebars, I hope people are learning something. Now, here we go. I want to say to people that they got all this money, and Elijah Cummings is being protected 27. If you wonder why nobody black spoke up for conscience, it's because Nancy got there too. All the people speaking up black on issues that are for everybody but us, they've got dirt on them. They've got double lives. They've got children on the line. They don't take the child support. They got their crooks. So Nancy had Cummings that he was her great ace or the killer of the gorilla in Congress. And that's why you see these people. They got stuff on Maxine Waters. Their allegations that Maxine Waters' husband likes young girls, and he's corrupt. And they were going to destroy Maxine. And they made a deal with her. Are you understanding me?
Well, you're sounding a little far away from the phone.
Are you understanding me?
Yes.
So this is what's going on with Cummings. Now, so you've got this millions and millions of dollars. Nobody knows where Maya's office is. No one knows any good that they've done, but somewhere between $16 to $20 million has been collected. No IRS, just none. You see, Nancy Pelosi and them are using their power. If they own you, you can be as corrupt as you want to be. As long as you don't do anything for black people, you're okay. Steal all, rape all, snort all. Just don't help the people in the hood. And if you look at the policy under Nancy Pelosi, it's illegals, it's marijuana legalization, it's gay, and war. Nothing for black people, never. And all of the blacks in Congress are guilty. And anyone listening to this, yes, I want you to despise and loathe all the blacks in Congress, yes. Because I'm telling the truth. Yes, I want you to dislike them. Yes, I want people to throw tomatoes and rotten bananas and things at them. They need to be run out of our community before we get wiped out.
Right.
Now, Elijah Cummings supported all of the LGBTQ legislation, all of it. Major push for it. He was one of the people that supported the militarization of the police when they were there in your state of Missouri. Pointing machine guns at babies. They voted, give them more tanks, give them more grenades, give them machine guns, give them drones, give them gas.
Give them whatever.
Whatever. Yes, they did. Yes, Cummings did. And Cummings, one of the most powerful men in the country, they couldn't get one conviction off the folks who murdered Freddie Gray. Did you know that Cummings and them all, there was another situation where they put tens, hundreds of millions of dollars. That area that you saw the riots in Baltimore was supposed to have been enterprise zones where money was set aside to fix it up, and the money all got stolen.
Wow.
Okay? And you know what they're going to do? They're going to fill that area full of white Arabs that hate black people. Had the riots not occurred, they would have, the gentrification project, in fact, they had planned to massacre those kids. They let the kids out of school that day. They forced them out of school early.
Right.
They would not let the school buses or the public transportation take the kids home, and the police corralled them, and they were using sonic and other sensory weapons to anger the kids. It's a thing called a mosquito. I've encountered a mosquito when my hearing was better. I would walk into the Gallery Place Metro on 7th and 8th Streets, Northwest Washington, D.C., and feel uncomfortable and get up and walk out of the metro station. I learned that there's a sonic thing that's at a frequency. It makes you feel afraid or angry, or it's a way to repel you.
Wow.
They use these things on the youth, and it was steering them into a Soweto type thing where you have had a lot of deaths of young people. That little lesbian, bisexual mayor that they had, who's a crook, who screwed everybody, they literally wanted the kids to tear the stuff up, and they were going to let the police just dog them. Let's talk a little bit about the police, and let me share something with you. Now, a lot of folks think that everything around D.C. and Baltimore is cool. It's not true, okay? Look, your boot heel in Missouri, okay, is like the Eastern Shore of Maryland, where black folks know not to hang out too late at night. Stuff can happen to you. You can get killed, you can get beaten. It's just the way it is. The black folks down there, they work for just about minimum wage, picking crabs, I mean, and chickens, and certain people. I remember people were living in the slave quarter cabins. I recall seeing that in the middle 1970s. And in some of those houses, the people are living in the houses that the slaves lived in right now.
Wow.
A lot of people think this. Yeah, I think we free. We no. Now some stuff is approved, but still.
Liberation.
So Maryland, Western Maryland, black folks don't even live out there. It's Klan country, big time. Annie Arundel, you have to be careful. I remember back in 2005 in Charles County, to the south of Baltimore and south of D.C., they burnt the whole subdivision because they were afraid blacks would move into it.
They burnt it.
Yes, burnt it to the ground.
Wow.
See, we're okay in D.C. You're okay sort of in Baltimore and certain suburban areas, but once you venture out, you'll learn. Shoot, he ain't playing. Folks didn't get nice because they moved to the suburbs. No. And when they come back, they're not nice either. So, and I'm saying all this to say that for the Capitol Hill police, remember Cynthia McKinney punched the cop?
Yeah.
When you get police that you want to beat up black people, you get them from Eastern Shore, white folks, or Western Maryland, folks who just naturally have been conditioned to hate black folks, and you put them on the police department. Or you get them from Western Pennsylvania, or Central, because you know they're just like jack up a black person. It's just in nature. That's where they get them from. So you get these guys from Eastern Shore, and they're corrupt. Or you get these ethnic guys who are corrupt and they're mafia-type people on the force, and you set them on our kids. Right? This is what these... See why I hate these black
It's a war
Democrats
of attrition.
This is... You don't have a choice. They back you in a corner. If you know this, you can't like them. You have to resent them for doing this, to do our kids like this. They broke that boy's spine on camera. Everybody got off. Oh, by the way, Elijah Cummings' rise and politics comes from one man. I'll keep saying his name, Thomas V. Mike Miller, the great-grandson of Mary Surratt, the woman who had Abraham Lincoln killed because blacks were promised the right to vote on April 9th, 1865. That's when John Wilkes Booth went to Mike V. Miller's house, or Thomas V. Mike Miller's house, grandmother's house, said we have to kill Lincoln. He's giving niggas the vote. That's when Lincoln got killed, y'all. Abraham Lincoln told white folks, black people have to have the right to vote. I don't love Abraham Lincoln, but I know people right now that think black folks shouldn't vote. I know people right now who are black in Congress who don't think black people have any interest that need to be represented. Racist Abraham Lincoln said so in 1865. And we can't get kente cloth wearing coons to say it now. So I don't hate Lincoln. And so Thomas V. Mike Miller. Millers are from Germany. They're the German mafia that brought the beer and wine and alcohol and violated prohibition into the country. Miller's ancestor married into the Bryan family. The Bryan family is related to the Surratts. That's one of the lineages. And the Bryan family is the largest slaveholding family, one of them, in Maryland.
Wow.
Heavy Jesuit Catholic slave trader background. He's been the Maryland Senate president since 1986. And he's been in the Maryland Senate since 1971 and got elected in 1970. Wow. That means 50 years he's been on the scene. He built up Elijah, and there behind this pushing of Elijah as a civil rights leader to bear bamboozle folks because they've probably slept with Rocky Moore or whatever, and they want to put her in that seat because Rocky Moore is not from Maryland. She don't care nothing about nobody but herself, and they'll continue. You see, blacks are almost the majority population of the state of Maryland. They've got to have traitor, sellout, faggotized black and whore-ass black politicians to deny black people their share.
There it is.
And this is what Thomas V. Mike Miller's and the Knights of Columbus and all these other Catholic groups, and they want to bring in the Spanish speakers and others to replace us. And that's what Elijah Cummings really did, was help destroy black people. And this little whore that he leaves behind, whose hands get arrested. They no longer have to crush C. Ellis and Viagra tablets. They want to make her. And let me tell you, on the Republican side, there's a woman named Elizabeth Maturi. She's a mentee of Elijah Cummings. She's totally devoted to him. She's running as a Republican. You'll get Cummings on the Republican side or on the Democratic side if you don't support Reba Hawkins. She's the only real black person in the race for Elijah Cummings' seat. And she's running as a Republican. That we have no choice but her. She needs money. She needs support. We need people tweeting out Reba Hawkins. She's the hope she comes from. People from South Carolina that were in the movement, and Alabama is in the movement. She's from D.C. She's been an activist since she came here in 1986. Ever since Mike Miller's been president of the Maryland Senate, the longest serving state senator in history. In fact, the state Senate building in Annapolis is named for Mike Miller. And I'm bringing up Mike Miller because he wanted to move Freddie Gray's trial to Eastern Shore, Maryland. That was guaranteed acquittal for the murders of my cousin, if they could just get it to Eastern Shore. You need to understand that Baltimore is being punished. 87 years ago, blacks in Baltimore voted out the Democratic governor, Governor Ritchie, because he wouldn't take a stand on blacks being publicly burned and lynched on the lawns of the courthouses in Eastern Shore, Maryland. Yes, they just taken burned blacks on the court. Everybody knew who did it. No one would get charged. No one would do anything about it.
Wow.
That's how it is over there. Remember, you saw the pictures of people getting beat on the beach, being told they're attacking the police, walking away.
Yeah.
And I think I told you they raided their house with machine guns and dragged people and trying to put them in jail because they refused to say that they were guilty of a crime.
Yeah, the pregnant woman got beat up.
Right. Talking about Lima's daughter. Yeah. That's this Cummings. By the way, Cummings wouldn't help the family either. This pregnant woman that got beat at Ocean City, Cummings, they didn't help. Cummings, they were turned away.
You know, Doctor, I have Reba Hawkins' webpage up, ourcampaigns.com. Is that your official site?
Yes.
Okay, well,
RebaHawkins2020.org.
Well, there's some misunderstanding because I got a side note. Because on the official, I just look at it, it says affiliate nation, it's Democratic. It doesn't have Republican.
That's an old one.
Okay, that's an old one.
2020, Reba Hawkins 2020. Someone may have put that back up. There is a racist dude that's been harassing and stalking her, whose name is William Newton. He's a perennial loser. He looks like one of the Oak Ridge boys on crystal meth.
Hold on, we're gonna go to her real site real quick. I want the TV folks to see because it did look kind of sketchy because her face is literally like cut out and put on a white background, like you can tell it was a hack job.
Right. Hold on, send me that link. Hey, Reba, son, here's the first lesson. You know that Agent Up in Baltimore County has put your old campaign thing back up online? Yeah.
I just posted the old one back in the chat room.
Can't that? We know. Can't that get taken down? Yeah.
Maryland 7th District.
Yeah, we need to deal. No, and that's the other thing. The gentleman that is just really being ugly because he wants it, but he's not going to get it. We're going to have to smash this dude because he keeps playing, and we shouldn't be patient with him anymore. It's time to deal with him.
Yeah, he has it to where a person can log in here and join their little deal. And heaven forbid they put in their. It looks like you can put in your email and a password and log on to the site, right? So if you're like an older user, old person don't know what the hell you're doing, you could potentially put in your real email address and thinking that you need to put in your real email password. You put that in, and that form set or HTML form will send that information to whoever is on the end of that. So yeah,
that's internet fraud. Let me send that to me. I'm going to report that. There's got to be someone that deals with internet fraud.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we'll deal with that. I'm going to deal with that right now. I don't need him. I don't need it.
All you gotta do is just type in. Just go to Google, type in Rebecca Hawkins, and it's like the first. It'll be the first result that pops up.
Wonderful. I'm going to deal with this now while I'm talking.
Yeah, just type in. I typed Rebecca REBAHAWKINSC. And it popped up. It's literally the first thing that pops up in the search.
Yeah, I'm going to call my attorney and get him on this. We don't need him.
I'm just trying to help campaign, y'all.
No, he's a loser. How did you send it? Did you email that to me?
Yeah, let me hold on one second. I gotta grab up the phone real quick. I can text it to you, but I have to just go and get the it'll just take me 1 second. Because like I said, all you gotta do is go to bam. Sorry folks for the dead air, but a lot of things you have to do immediately, else it goes by the way. There it is. Yeah. Our campaign. Hold on. I just need to copy that. Then I'll jump over here and send you a message.
No, that's okay. We're going to put this to rest. That's something I can deal with. I got to call my attorney up right now and tell him what this fool has done.
Okay, hold on. Here it is. Paste. I'm texting it to you on the phone right now.
Okay.
There's the link. All right. Well, the show's at an hour, 30 minutes. That's about max time for real. I definitely want to have you back on, Doctor. We can talk more about the campaign, or whatever you care. We got a lot of jewels today of information, and do you have anything else to say before we?
No.
All right.
No, we're good.
All righty. Well, thank you all. Thank you, doctor, for joining us. And hopefully you get that rectified today with this website.
Right.
All right.
See you there.
Talk to you later. Bye. Yes, yeah. Great things are happening. Peace and power. All right. Well, this will conclude TPIM SR Live today. Live your life with integrity without hate, envy, or greed. As always, brothers and sisters, let's try to be kinder to one another. Peace, power, unity, victory, dignity, respect, liberation. And I'm out. If I can find the button.